Live from the YouTuber studios, it's the Rush Hour Renegade, and now here's your host, the YouTuber. Thank you and welcome everybody to the Rush Hour Renegade. I'm the YouTuber here. Join me for the Rush Hour. Thank you for joining me for the Rush Hour Renegade. We're gonna go over some things, and we're gonna do some things that we normally don't do on the Rush Hour Renegade. One being go over predictions for the College Bowl. Should the College Bowl season get underway on time? Last video we did the Oklahoma State Cowboys, so we are going to do another team on their schedule, which is Oregon State today. As we'll get up that schedule. We'll pull up that schedule for you and go over that schedule for you as far as that is concerned. So, we talked about them playing Oklahoma State. That's why we are bringing up them. We're going to go over through Oklahoma State's schedule. And go through the teams that play them and predict their season as well. So, we'll get to that in a moment, but first, I want to get to some announcements for this channel. Coming up on Saturday, June 20th, we got two premieres as of now. We may have more scheduled for June 20th. We just don't know how many more we will get. I'm hoping I can do all 15 games for that date of June 20th, but don't hold me to that. As well, speaking of MLB The Show 20 and Daniel's mock season over on Facebook, game went on today between the Oklahoma State Dodgers and the Memphis Redbirds. The Memphis Redbirds got a loss, or sorry, the Memphis Redbirds got a win, excuse me. And Dodgers fall in that one. Disappointing loss for the Dodgers, but Memphis is happy with their win. Dodgers need to turn it around before they head to Omaha to take on the Storm Chasers. That game will be tomorrow. And my thoughts on it, I think it was a good game, but could have seen better playing for the Dodgers. Redbirds played tremendously well, so we'll see how that goes we'll see how that game goes tomorrow. So wanted to go over that. Also, in MLB The Show 20, I'll be doing my Oklahoma State Dodgers baseball right here on YouTube. That will resume tomorrow. We've been taking a hiatus of that. Do apologize for that, but we will resume that tomorrow, and that will be right here on the channel right before the Rush Hour Renegade goes live. So those are some of the announcements and recapping games and stuff. So look forward to those two games on June 20th, premiering between the St. Louis Cardinals and the Cincinnati Reds, and the New York Yankees and the Minnesota Twins are those two games there. So two more games will premiere. We're not going to do all 15, but we'll have 4 games premiering that day. 4 of the 15 will premiere and be there for you. The other ones for that date are to be determined, so look for those. So there you have it. Again, let's break down the schedule for Oregon State. Again, their spring game spring scrimmage canceled. If the season were to go underway on time, they would play Thursday, September 3rd, against Oklahoma State. More than likely, that will be a night game. Then they'll take on Colorado State as their second game of the season. Early Pac-12 conference there. That will be in Corvallis, so they'll be at Oklahoma State week 1, at home week 2. Then they go have another home game against Portland State on that following week. Then they'll play Washington State against Corvallis. And then that's it. The non-conference schedule is done. They will step on the road for a couple of games. One against Arizona State on October 3rd, and then again another one on October 10th in Seattle against the Washington Huskies. Then they return back to Corvallis, Oregon to take on the Cal Golden Bears. Then back on the road again to take on Stanford. Then back at home, taking on UCLA, and then on the road again, taking on Salt Lake. Back home for the remainder of the season against Arizona and their in-state rival, Oregon. Then the Pac-12 championship game will be on December 4th. That's a Friday at the new stadium in Las Vegas, home of the Pac-12 championship game. Oakland Raiders and the UNLV, as well as the Las Vegas Bowl, will be played there as well. So, let me go over this. I know they're going to have a loss against Oklahoma State. They can beat Portland State. I think that's a sure win there. So that's 1-1. Colorado State, that one could be 50-50. I'm going to go 50-50 on that one. I say they have a chance to win, but they also, if they don't play well, could slip up and lose that one to Colorado State. Washington State, I think they can take down Washington State. Arizona State, that one I think could be a win. Washington definitely could be a win. Cal, I think, could be a win. Stanford, that one could be an iffy one. That one, they're going to have to really put work into winning that one. And then UCLA, I think, is going to be a tough one. So is Utah, Arizona, Oregon. All tough ones. I can see maybe 1 or 2 or 3 maybe of the non-conferences going in the lost column. I'd say if I were to give the entire schedule, if I were to give them a final record prediction, I would say probably 8-5 and making one of the mid-level bowls that the mid-level to I wouldn't say a mid-level to low high range bowl for the Pac-12. What bowl no, not yet. I will clarify that, but I do think they'll make a bowl there. So, will they make the Pac-12 championship game? I don't think so. The Pac-12 championship game will be between, I want to say, Stanford and Cal on that one. So, next team we will recap on Oklahoma State's schedule, if I can bring it up. If I can bring that schedule up again. Next one on Oklahoma State's schedule, I'm going to bring them, go over their season. Would be their athletic website. I have it saved on my PS4. I can pull it up, but I'm not going to. I'm going to leave it as is. Tulsa. Well, the next team we will preview. Then Western Illinois, then TCU, then Iowa State, then Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas Tech, Baylor, West Virginia, Kansas State, and then Texas. So we will go through each of those schedules and then start filtering in their teams as well. We'll get to all of the main FBS teams in there, and we'll go over some FCS action as well. So let's go into some scores in the Bundesliga. If I can pull up ESPN app, that's where I get all my scores, is the ESPN app. So, as they're playing without any fans, but still soccer, sports is sports, whatever way we can get. So, in the Bundesliga, there is one game tomorrow between Frankfurt and Bremen. That'll be at 1:30 Central Time. A final from yesterday. Only one game went final yesterday, and that was Leipzig and Cologne. A final from Sunday was Gladbach 4, Union Berlin 1, Paderborn 1, Dortmund 6. Finals from Saturday were Hertha 2, Augsburg 0, Mons 0, Hoffenheim 1, Schalke 0, Bremen 1, and then Wolfsburg and Frankfurt 2-1, Frankfurt over Wolfsburg there. Bayern Munich 5, Dusseldorf 0. Those are the scores from Saturday. From this past Friday, score Freiburg 0, Leverkusen 1. And then we had some games from Wednesday. I don't know if I went over that. I think I did. If I didn't, I will. That's as far back as I'll go as Wednesday. But RB Leipzig 2, Hertha 2, draw there. Then Augsburg 0, Paderborn 0. Then Union Berlin 1, Mons 1, Dusseldorf 2, Schalke 1, Hoffenheim 3, Hoffenheim 3, Cologne 1. Those are the final scores there. That's it for the German Soccer League as far as that. Let's go over the more soccer leagues. Let's go over Bundesliga 2. Let's see your top soccer. Here we go. Let's go over the Bundesliga 2. If I'll pop up. Also going on in the Australian Bundesliga. Mannersburn 1, SC Rheindorf 1, WSG Swarnofsken 0, Polton 5, Vienna 1. Not Austrian, Austrian Bundesliga. Vienna 1, Aminra Walk 0, the final score there. the Liga, which is the Danish league in soccer. Brøndby 1, Sønderjyske 0. So we're going with some of the top soccer. We remember Bundesliga, the German Soccer League 2, or Bundesliga 2. One game going on today in against Hanover and Dresden. Then we had only one game. There wasn't any games yesterday or Tuesday. Heidenheim 3, Erzberg 0, Dresden 0, Stuttgart 2, SHV 3, SV Verhin 2, the final there, and then on Saturday, as far as back as we'll go, Holstenkind 1, Bielefeld 2, Kirchenheim and St. Paul 1-1 draw there, Nuremberg and Bochum 0-0 there, and Sennhausen 3, Hanover 1 there. Any more scores, you just go to your favorite sports site, like ESPN or the sports, any sports thing that covers the Bundesliga. Okay. The Liga, which is the Portuguese league, as soccer is getting more and more underway. We have Portimonense and Gil Venet and FC Famalicão and FC Porto. That'll be today. Then Sunday. We'll go far as back as Sunday. We'll break down Saturday, but that's it. Belenenses 0, FC Famalicão 0. If I have mispronounced any of these names in any of the leagues, I do apologize for that. Trying to read it off has been difficult. Let's see here. Moreirense 2, Maritimo 0, and then St. Veneti 1, Santa Clara, which is Santa Clara, California, 1, Sporting 2, DSAV 0, Ferreira 1, Guamontes 2. Saturday's matchups. We all had all draws on Saturday in the league, there. Tontandella 1, Mons Vista 1, Setúbal 1, and Benfica 1, FC Porto 1, and Rio Ave 1. So 1-1 draw in all three matches there. That was Liga, and let's see here. Then we had finally going on the Costa Rican Premier Division, or P Division, Primera Division. Universidad and St. Carlos played today, as well as Santos and Perez Zeladeo, Carnegas and Gironado, Zaparas and Jacaro play today. Those are the matchups today. We will recap that on Thursday, because that is a Thursday or Wednesday those are the Wednesday matches. Sunday, it was close matchups in the Costa Rican Primera Division. We had three matchups going on. All three of them were close. One was a draw, and three were won by a particular team. In the draw, it was Perez Celandeo 1, Limon 1. And then we had San Carlos 1, Contreras 3, Honduras. Yeah, so Halo Winez 2, Separez 3. If I have mispronounced the team's names, I do apologize. And then on Saturday, and that's far back, Bulls will go for the Costa Rican Premier Division. Guanacha to Guadalupe, nothing or nil. Jacara 5, Universidad nil. Gerando 3, Santos 1. The final score there. That's the soccer scores and the top soccer news and notes that we are going to go over on this Rush Hour Renegade for the doubleheader from Monday and Tuesday. Join us Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday to close out the week for the Rush Hour Renegade, and then we'll be back on the air then the next week, which is the 8th through the 12th. The Rush Hour Renegade is a weekly, is every day, Monday through Friday. So we didn't have a show yesterday because I was doing racing yesterday in the NASCAR. And again, I do want to apologize for that race being removed accidentally by myself and little glitches we've had go on with Twitch as well. So, that won't be there, but I will recap that race during the Xfinity race in 2 weeks. I can actually recap the track race right now. Then the Xfinity race that was also accidentally removed will be recapped 2 weeks when we do the Xfinity race. So, with the truck race, let's go over stage 1. In my truck race from Atlanta Motor Speedway was where I raced in my NASCAR Heat 4. In stage 1, I came in 31st. Stage 2, I won it, I think. Let me think about that. Yeah, I won. No, I either won or came in second in that stage, and then I won the race, my first win, and also the last time I raced in that track was in Heat 3. Also, was a win. So back-to-back wins at Atlanta Motor Speedway. In the second race of the season, so that was the second race of the season in Heat 3, second race of the season in NASCAR Heat 4, different names. This was the Ultimate Tag Air 200, and same race, just under a different name. The active pest control, I don't think it had a number with it. If it did, I don't remember what it was. But those were the names of the race of the same race to last year and this year for the track. I think it's different this year, I think, as well. So, there you have it. That's the recap for that. I will go over the playoffs and point standings before the third race, and we will actually get it recorded and saved this time, one way or the other. We are figuring out what went wrong there and getting the problem corrected for to see that race, as well as the other two races for the Atlanta week. We'll have Xfinity in 2 weeks from yesterday. That will be on the 15th. Then on the 29th, no, not 29th, sometime between there and the 4th of July weekend. we will have the Cup race at Atlanta, and that'll be for the 4th of July weekend race. That'll be not the 29th, since that'll be exactly 2 weeks, but it'll be on the 4th of July. So, and that'll be on Twitch, and then premiered on YouTube later that day. So, look forward to bringing that to you there. Other stuff that I want to talk about on here, on this doubleheader, or 2 days of Rush Hour Renegade in one. Since we didn't do a show yesterday, this is the first and second for the month of June. Tomorrow's the 3rd, so we'll have just not normal one covering one show tomorrow, covering one show on Thursday and Friday, and then back out on Monday. There won't be a race on the weeks that we do races, like the 15th and then not the 29th. So just the 15th, we will do a doubleheader on those days to save time and effort, since I'll be doing a race and it is an hour or 2 hours long. Generally don't have as time and to do both. Let me rephrase that. I would have time to do both, but I wouldn't have want to do both in one day, is what I'm trying to say. That's all I'm trying to say on that. So, not that I don't have the time to do both, I just don't feel that I want to do both on that day. So we'll have a double here on the 16th and 17th for that week of the 15th through the 19th for the Rush Hour Renegade. So just a little heads up so that we are aware of the situation. And then 29th will be on as planned. So it goes to the 22nd and the 8th. Time to be announced on when that Rush Hour Renegade will go live. It'll be sometime either in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening. It doesn't matter when it goes live. So, just depends upon when I remember, and if there's other things that I have that I am doing that I need to work around my other stuff I do around the house and stuff that I have to do out and about. So, to me, and also it goes around the weekly show. Don't want to have a conflict with the weekly show for Daniel as well. So that is another reason why we don't know the time for the rest of the month of June on the Monday ones, or if just throughout the week we won't know next week when we will do the Rush Hour Renegade on the 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. But tomorrow we will do the Rush Hour Renegade sometime tomorrow. Don't know when that will be. So that'll be a time to be announced there. Time is vary due to what's going on with what I have going on. So there's that. Also, we have more Madden coming out. We had a Madden game that I had done full screen on Twitch. All the stuff that I do on Twitch will be full screen. Everything but this Rush Hour Renegade will be full screen without the... this is sort of full screen. It is full screen with the time-lapse at the top and the comment/check section on the side panel with my avatar logo which is a bowling ball. So yeah, all 360 and original Xbox games will be full screen, no time lapse video or comment section on the side. Wheel Fortune will return to the channel at some point. Oklahoma State Dodge Baseball, like I said, will resume tomorrow against the San Antonio Missions. So we are a little bit behind Daniel's season, but that's okay because there's no real life season, so it's just moving at our own pace, if you will. So that's, I think, about it. So since we've already done half an hour, the show's a half an hour show. Usually, even when we do double headers, we try to cram the two shows. So we've talked about the schedule. We've talked about other things. We talked about where I think Oregon State's going to finish for the Pac-12 and who's going to be the Pac-12 championship game. So, that'll do it for me until tomorrow for the Rush Hour Renegade. Hopefully you enjoyed this. If you did, comment, subscribe, and like the video. And until next time, keep on YouTube, everybody. We'll see y'all next time.